guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Holiday 2022 collection from the brand Whimsical Ideas by Pam. These are available right now, so in the description box I'll link Pam's Instagram page and then I'll link her Facebook page. I'll link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video, and then I will leave Pam's email down there as well. She doesn't have a traditional site that you go to and order from. The way her ordering system works is she has a list on her Facebook page of everything that is currently available. You go and pick what polishes you want. You shoot her an email with the list of the polishes that you want. She sends you an invoice. You pay the invoice that way. So no site to link down there, but her email address will be down there. So there are 6 polishes in this collection, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Ketchup, and this is a kind of burnt brick red cream. So here's our first coat of Ketchup. This one is a little bit on the sheer side. It does range in the kind of jellyish territory of formulas where it's a little bit more on the sheer side and a little bit more squishy, but it's not super even, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for a jelly sandwich. It just feels more jellyish. It is also a little bit on the thinner side, where if you work in too thick of a coat, it could definitely run and pull down the sides of your nails. But even with 2 thinner coats, I still got full opacity. So you can work thinly and still build this up to full coverage in just 2 coats. This one also has a very, 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 very faint shimmer to it. And like, it's so faint that I feel like I might have even been making it up because it doesn't read at all on the nails. So it's slightly there, but it's definitely not the predominant feature of this polish. It's this gorgeous brick red color. I didn't have any kind of staining with this, and per the usual of a jellyish finish, this does dry to a nice plump glossy finish all on its own. So there are 2 coats of Ketchup. Up next we have Christmas 2022, and this is a clear base, and it's got silver, it's got red, it's got holographic, it's got blue, purple, green, yellow glitter. So I guess I should say it's primarily this silver and like gold glitter, and then it's got a rainbow of metallic and holographic glitter to accompany that. So here is Christmas 2022, and in my usual style for Whimsical, I'm going to show you what it looks like built up in 2 coats on its own, and then I'm going to layer it over Ketchup for this collection. This has a great glitter to base ratio. It's not super overwhelming with the glitter, but you can build it up to full coverage, and it's not super base heavy. Given that this is glitter, it is going to dry textured and removal will be difficult, so I do recommend pure acetone when removing, or a thicker glitter smoothing glossy top coat to finish this off and give it a nice plump finish. This also doesn't take much manipulation to get it to spread out evenly across the nail, and it is a nice variety of glitter, so it does look uniform yet chaotic. So there are 1 and 2 coats of Christmas 2022. Next up we have Gingerbread Person, and this one is a nude base. It's like a tan camel base, and then it's got red, white, and green glitter in a couple different sizes. Here's our first coat of Gingerbread Person. This one is pretty sheer here on this first coat, but I also couldn't really too much tell if it was super sheer feeling because it was so close to my skin color, or if it was just the coloring on the base. Either way, it is gorgeous built up. Everything looks like it's in a sea of cookie dough because of the sheerness of this base, and the glitter shines through on each coat. I did do 3 coats for full coverage on this one. I don't necessarily think that's needed. I do think it looks really pretty at 2 coats, but I did want the most glitter payoff that I could get. And with 3 coats, you could just see a little bit on that first coat of the glitter shining through, and I do think it was my preferred way of wearing this. Once this is a full manicure, it absolutely looks like a gingerbread person, a gingerbread house, just a nice cookie with some gorgeous frosting and some cute little candy buttons.
This is glitter, so it is going to dry textured. I recommend a thicker glitter eating glossy top coat, 2 coats of a regular top coat, or a glitter smoother underneath your top coat to finish this off and give it a nice plump finish. And because it's glitter, it's going to be difficult to remove. So there are 3 coats of Gingerbread Person.
Up next we have Tree Mendes, and this is a forest green shimmer, and then this shimmer that's in here is like a bright kind of lime green shimmer, and then it's got these blue metallic glitter.
Here's our first coat of Tree Mendes. This one does cover pretty well here on this first coat. Obviously not fully opaque, so I am going to go in for a second coat, but I did get full coverage there. The blue glitter that's in here isn't super overwhelming. It is there, but it is pretty sparse, so it does kind of remind me of a Christmas tree decorated with blue ornaments, and I do think that's a beautiful look. The shimmer that's in here is a larger particle shimmer, so it does stand out really, really well against this base color. Here's our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. The base on this is going to dry on the dull side, so I recommend top coat to liven this one up a little bit. These glitters do dry with some texture, but there's not an abundance of them, so it doesn't dry to a super textured finish. 1 coat of a glossy top coat should finish this one off just fine. Those glitters are going to take some scrubbing to remove, but again, since they're not super densely packed in this, it's not going to be super difficult. So there are 2 coats of Tree Mendes.
Up next we have Layla Tov, and this is a navy blue base, and it's got holographic, like a scattered holographic effect to it, and then it also has what I assume are blue metallic glitter.
Here's our first coat of Laila Tov, and this one is a little bit sheer here on this first coat, not terribly sheer. I was happy with the coverage in 2 coats, but depending on your application, your nail length, your nail line, your preferences, all of the good things, you might end up needing 3. The formula on this is good though. It's surprisingly not thick. There is a good amount of glitter in here, so I expected this one to be a little bit thicker, but it's not. It's not thick, but it's not so thin that it runs down the side of your nails either. So here's our second coat, and like I said, this did cover completely in 2 coats. Again, I do recommend going in for top coat. It dries a little bit on the dull side, and these glitters can dry with some texture, so that'll just help everything stay in place, make your manicure last, and smooth everything over to a nice plump finish. There's not a ton of glitter in here, so it shouldn't dry super textured, and it will be difficult-ish to remove. These glitters might require some scrubbing, but it's not like a full coverage glitter. So there's 2 coats of Laila Tov.
And then lastly for today we have Joyful Noise, and this one is a grape purple base, and it is a shimmery kind of effect to it. I think this one has more of a silver shimmer to it. And then there are a variety of pink, and I assume again these blue glitter.
And here's our first coat of Joyful Noise. This one is pretty sheer here on this first coat. It is more of a shimmer base than a pigment base, so it is going to require some building up, but it does also make it more versatile, where you could layer this one as a topper if you had a purple you wanted to put this over, or even a darker blue, a black. I think those would complement this one well. The formula is good. It's not too thick or too thin. It stays right where you put it. No running, no pulling, no staining. There is a good bit of glitter in here, and they do distribute across the nail pretty easily. It does take some manipulation for the larger ones just to not gang up in one place, but it's not difficult to work with whatsoever. Because of the amount of glitter in here, it is going to dry relatively textured. This is one that I do recommend a thicker top coat for, just to use 1 coat of a top coat to smooth everything out. Or you could use 2 coats of a regular top coat or a glitter smoother underneath your regular top coat to finish this one off, and that will give it a nice plump finish. This is also glitter, so it is going to be difficult to remove. My camera battery died at some point, so hopefully I'm not repeating myself, but I did get full coverage here in 3 coats. The shimmer that's in here also stands out really, really nicely. Even against the amount of glitter that's in here, nothing is really competing for the foreground attention. Everything does stand out really, really well in this base. So there are 3 coats of Joyful Noise.
And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.